Most of you know that I went through a miscarriage back in May, and this past week I've done a lot of reflecting because my due date was this week. And I have been looking over the last 9 months, essentially, and God has been there every moment. I've had so many adventures. I was talking to my husband last night, and I said, I can't remember a day now. I can't remember what it's like to have a down day anymore. Like, we've been so busy since September, and it's all been good things. And I don't mean busy like, spinning plates busy. It's just like I've felt like life has been churning and moving, and life didn't stop. It's basically after my miscarriage. And I want to kind of when I was going through my miscarriage, when the day that the sonogram didn't show a heartbeat, my first reaction was to cry. And the doctor left to give us some time, and Michael held me, and I cried. And then when I left, I called my closest friends and my mom and let them know what was going on. I had lots of people praying for me. And I prayed a prayer to God, and I think I shared this in my blog, where I just kept saying over and over again, I trust you. Because I remember back, this is definitely a God thing, I remember back for the last couple of years, I've been doing videos for my church. And what I do is I do God stories. So people share times in their life where they had a really struggling issue, and God helped them through it. And they look back and they see the footsteps in the sand. They see God where he was working. But while they were going through it, they didn't really see where God was. And I saw this, and I knew this was one of those times. Like, this was a time to have the opportunity to see God while I'm going through it. Like, I wanted to see God while I'm going through it. And that was what I prayed. I said, you are going to be working in my life. Like, this is one of those times. This is the bottom of the pit kind of moment, and I want to see you more than anything. And so I'm trying not to cry, and it's not a sadness, it's just overwhelming. So if you hear my voice going really crazy, that's why. So I prayed, I trust you, I trust you, I trust you. I made a bold prayer of, let the sonogram be wrong. Let me continue to be pregnant. Let me carry this child full term. Let me be able to raise this child in your glory, and I will glorify you for this. I mean, this could be a way for your glory. I mean, that could be a way. But if that's not it, if that's not the plan, then let me see you. I want to see you while I'm going through this. The day of my miscarriage, Michael had gone to work, and the pain was there. I mean, physical pain. I knew it was coming. I had known for 2 weeks. So this wasn't, I was more scared of how much pain I was going to go through than I was for anything else. But the pain was manageable. I mean, not easy, but it was like ibuprofen wasn't helping. So I just stopped taking ibuprofen after a while, because I was like, this isn't helping. Advil's not helping. No painkillers are helping. So I'm just gonna sit, just be in this moment. And God showed me. He sent me my dogs that never left my side that whole day, no matter what. They reminded me that God is always with me. He sent one of my friends with a drink from Sonic that afternoon to remind me that my friends and my family are still there, they're still praying, they're still supporting me, and they're there for me. He sent me my husband, who when he came home took care of me and made sure that everything was there. He sent me in the days and weeks after, he sent me messages, phone calls, emails, Facebook messages from people from all parts of my world, from high school, from college, from around this area, and I knew he sent me those people to show that I was not alone, that there were people who knew exactly what I was going through. He sent me this one woman who took me out to lunch and told me that one day I will have toddlers around me and reaching out to a woman who's going through what I'm going through right now. That there was a purpose and a meaning for this. And I got to see it in real time. Like, that was the most amazing experience of my life, and it was a miscarriage. People are like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I'm kind of not, because I got to see God. I mean, it's kind of awesome when you get to see God face to face, when you know you're in such a low point that you will go face to face with God and that He will be there for you. It's the most incredible thing. And the one thing that rose from this the whole month afterwards was this idea of purpose. This idea that my whole purpose on this earth is not to have children. It's not to be married. It's not to have a house. It's not to live in America. It's not to live anywhere else in the world necessarily. Like, that's not my specific purpose. It's not to have a particular career. It's not to have a particular hobby. It's not to do any of that. My main purpose on this earth is to have a relationship with God, receiving love from God through that relationship, to have a relationship with others, so that when that love flows from Him through me to them, that they want to seek God and be in closer relationship with Him. That's my purpose. So whether or not, and I want to be a mom so much. But if I'm not, if I'm never a mother, that's not the end of my world. Because God has a plan for me. That's what drives me. That's what motivates me every day. So if He does bless me with children, however He blesses me with children, I mean, I have children in my life. My friends' kids, they let me love on them all the time, and I am so blessed for that. So I say all of that to say this. Whatever struggle you're going through, whatever thing you thought you meant to be and it didn't happen, if you're breathing, if your heart is beating, you have a purpose on this earth. And I hope that you realize that your purpose is so much bigger than being a mom, being a wife, being a girlfriend, living in a special place, doing a particular job. It's to be with God here on this earth, not when you get to heaven, but right now. I hope that encourages you. And I am not in any way saying that a mother's job is not important, or that a wife's job is not important, or that the relationship between a man and a woman, or between a woman and her children, is not important, because it is. It's part of the purpose. It is. You're supposed to have a relationship with God and have a relationship with others. That includes your marital and your children's relationships. But just remember, that's not it. That's not all of you. You are more than that. I'll see you on Monday.